Hello, and welcome to another completely unprofessional RPG unboxing. My name is Scott, and thank you for participating in my RPG midlife crisis as we take a look and see what's inside of this particular box. Unfortunately, neither one of my kids are available because for some reason they can't be bothered. Apparently, they have more important things to do, but you might hear Noah in the background chuckle every once in a while. And Taylor's busy TikToking with her friends. So here's my trusty Coleman camping knife, which will eventually either cut into something I don't want it to, preferably not me. So anyways, I had a little vote online today to see which box to open. Come to find out that the one I had on the left was empty and the one I had on the right was not. So this one is going to stand in for the left one, and we will see what this is. I have a good idea of what it should be, but not 100% sure. So here we go. Let's unbox this thing. And as you can tell, I worked 35 years in UPS, so I know how to cut stuff open. That is one of many lies you will hear from me. And all right, so here we are. I'll set the trusty Coleman steak knife aside, and there we go. Move this before I accidentally show my address or where I got it from, which no one wants to do. All right, so for some of you who haven't guessed already what this is, and it's kind of appropriate that I do my unboxings on my fantasy trip, wizard board here, or wizard roll-up, I should say, is the GURPS 4th edition basic set, both characters and campaigns. Now, some of you may be yelling or saying or whatever, what the hell? Well, believe it or not, this is new to me. I have never played GURPS in any edition whatsoever over the years. I've played several games back in the day. Unfortunately, was fairly selective. The area that I grew up in, there wasn't a lot to choose from. And usually if we went for something different, it wasn't something with as silly as a name at the time that we thought GURPS was. So speaking of which, we will get the opinion of a 14-year-old if the mic can pick him up. Hey, Noah.
What?
So GURPS is an acronym for a role-playing system. What do you think GURPS stands for? GURPS.
GURPS?
Yes.
G
Mm-hmm.
R P S.
GURPS.
GURPS.
You're just spelling it.
That's what it stands for.
Oh, God. Okay, see.
It means nothing else.
Okay, see, it's hard to get good help these days, or good children. Thanks, Noah, for nothing. So here's what it stands for. You ready?
No.
Generic, universal. What do you think the RPS stands for?
Role-playing system?
Very good. Now, if you would have heard this name and you were at a bookstore in, I don't know, between the 80s or 90s, would you have bought the generic universal role-playing system?
Absolutely not.
Okay, see, and there you go. Nothing against GURPS. It's one of those things where it's looking at it through the eyes of a fickle teenager who grew up on, Dungeons and Dragons. Why would I want a generic universal role-playing system? And for all of the GURPS fans out there, why would you get 4th edition? As far as I know, a little bit of research on it, 4th was not the favorite of everyone. When it came out, it wasn't taken very well. But generally speaking, the primary reason that I got this was because what I picked up at a very deep discount at my local gaming store is this. This is the reason why, hocus pocus, why I got this is to run Discworld, the role-playing game. This is the for 4th edition. This is the second printing, which has the additional addendums and errata added to it. And it is something just extremely, for me, being a Discworld Terry Pratchett fan, excited for me to get a hands on and for next to nothing. But it is not self-contained. You do need, at least one of these. I would imagine I didn't need to get the campaign system, but this came together at a decent price, so why not? Once again, I can cram my head full of more information regarding role-playing games and move other less important stuff out of there, like my son's birthday or his middle name, huh? What is your middle name, by the way? Is it GURPS? Do you want it to be GURPS?
No, I forgot.
Okay, I can change it. I can if I want to. I don't know if I can. So anyway, so that was the primary reason for picking these up for Steel Online in order to prepare for this. Now, is this something that I'm going to be running anytime soon? Probably not. Probably near the end of summer would be my first possible opportunity to get to this. But also, it is extremely dense with all sorts of wonderful bits and pieces and information and all sorts of things that you would need to run a game such as Discworld, just considering the author and the world that it comes from. So anywho, that's what came inside the box. So we have the GURPS basic set of characters, which essentially would be like the player's handbook for other games, I would imagine. We have creating a character. We have such information regarding that, advantages to utilize that, disadvantages, skills. Then here's some information on magic. They have psionics in this game, a variety of templates, equipment, character development, trait list, and then of course here is a combat light. So I would imagine that combat could be a bit complicated. As I said, GURPS is new to me. Any edition is. And they have nice to know that if it was a bit too much for you, they have a way to lighten it up a bit. It is a relatively, decently laid out book until I get a moment to actually sit down with it. I don't know how well it's laid out, but seems to be okay. It is color coded, which is another nice thing to know, which is great for GMs such as myself. In order I need to find something, at least I know without bookmarking it an area to go hunt it down. It being generic, obviously, it's going to give you a lot of different skills to utilize, such as other games that fall into that category, like Savage Worlds or Genesis System or other generic type games that will allow you to create the type of game and genre you want to play in, magic, psionics, equipment, and so on. So it doesn't seem to be too heavy on the art. The art is kind of, they're okay. And, okay, so we have, I think we have duplicates of art. Well, I see the old way of Palladium, a way of handling art, has not been forgotten. When in doubt, if you need another robot, just grab the nearest graphic, slap it on there, and hopefully no one will notice. Okay, and of course, that is not a lightsaber, but I will check that out later. And then the second book we have here is the basic set campaigns, probably such as a GM or DM's handbook. And we have some ways of dealing with the game or the campaign. We've got a chapter on success rolls, combat, a whole lot of combat, tactical combat, special combat situations, and And then outside of that, we have injuries, illnesses, and fatigue. So yeah, I can imagine that combat in this game could be very, very complicated, or as complicated as you want it to be. Other things associated with templates, we have animals and monster examples, technology and artifacts, game mastering, how to run the GURPS game, and probably suggestions on just running a game in general, different game worlds that they're going to give you examples to start your campaign in, things such as infinite worlds, which once again, I don't know if that is specific to GURPS or what, a variety of tables, glossary, ludography, so on and so forth, time use sheet, and on into the index. Same thing, looks like the chapters are color coded. Decent layout, nice big font for people such as myself whose eyes are beginning to go south. Hit location within the game, that's good to know. Very detailed hit location, not just legs, not just arms, not just head, but things such as vitals. And guess what's a hit location in the game?
What?
Think Sniper 4. Your happy joy joys. The groin. Okay. Obviously dealing with hex locations from the game, just like it's a loosely based predecessor of the Fantasy Trip here, and a variety of other things to make your game as much yours as you want it to be within the rule system that is GURPS. And I know this is just kind of a flip through. This is not oh, here's our friend again. Wow. This is a popular robot within GURPS. Obviously, they are not ashamed. I know it's a different angle, but Jesus, you think someone would have drawn a different robot. And then a glossary of GURPS terms, which is always kind of nice, especially when dealing with a game that is as old as GURPS is. So there's probably a lot of things that are going to be RPG basic and things that are going to be GURPS specific. And like any good game company, especially Steve Jackson Games, there's going to be a bit of advertisement in here, but not a lot. Just references to the website. And then, like I said, I kind of just went through this a little bit, but this is the primary reason why I got GURPS in order to play this. So I am looking forward to this. I have no idea, if this is going to be a local game or an online game. I would imagine this might be more of an interest to some of my, friends from the UK or Europe who would be more interested in playing this than some of my local, stateside friends or the local group as we begin to reopen. But we'll see. It never surprises me when, I speak to someone and hey, have you ever read Terry Pratchett? Oh, of course I have. I've read everything from front to back, from beginning to end. Or even it's just someone, yes, I love the one book that I read and it's wonderful, and then they'll have other examples of it. But anyone who's got a good sense of humor and who wants to exist within this wonderful world, I can only hope that the GURPS system does it justice, and I hope that I do it justice whenever I did get around to running it. So there we go. That is what was inside the box. The GURPS 4th edition basic set characters, GURPS 4th edition basic set campaigns. This was not inside the box, but it is the reason why I got it. And fucking heavy. Sorry. Boop. I cursed. Damn it. So all in all, there we go. That is the end of my unboxing. So once again, completely unprofessional unboxing. My name is Scott. Thank you for joining in my RPG Midlife Crisis. And giving me raspberries in the background is my son Noah, who will be in the next one. Because you're on summer break, or you're soon to be on summer break, so no more school, right? And you have no plans this summer, you told me. So that means that you will be here for every single one. Are you going to be on camera next time?
Probably not.
Okay, well, at least you're consistent. More consistent than me. So thank you for watching this video, and there'll be more to come. Hopefully next one will involve my son a little bit more, or even better, Taylor, which will get us back in front of the camera ourselves. So everyone have an excellent rest of your day and or evening, and we will see you next time. Thank you.